So Brandon, in addition to Katrina, you faced some other heavy stuff with your dad and your brother. Would you tell us what happened?
Yeah, in 1992 or three, my father was diagnosed with HIV, and I had at that time I kind of like didn't really know what that meant. I was like, okay, so what does that mean? Are you gonna die, or you know, are you leaving tomorrow, or do you go to some camp or something for people who have it? Like, I didn't really know what to think of that. Like, and he just let me kind of read it off of the medical papers that they gave him, and it was weird. So, and I was just like, I was younger. I was like maybe in middle school or something. So it was like nothing that I could wrap my mind around. So I kind of like, you know, just got used to it after a while. So I kind of like going back and forth to the clinics with him and taking him to social workers and stuff, because he was on disability after that, and it was hard to find a place to live, and like they had these programs and social workers that'll help you get like a place to stay with your family, because my father had his new wife. He was remarried, and their 3 kids, and neither his wife nor his kids had it, and he had it prior to having 2 of the kids. And so that's what was like weird. I was like, okay, so, but they tell you that AIDS is, you know, you're supposed to have it. Like, everybody's supposed to have it, I was thinking. And so it kind of made me dig a little deeper into AIDS and HIV, and kind of research it and see why his wife and his kids didn't have it, and he had it for like since before the kids were born. So it just kind of made me want to be more aware and more involved in what was going on with AIDS and HIV, and the research and the help for the people who have it. Because I lived with my father, and he had like these people would come and bring food over sometime, and lunch, and you know, and I was like, okay, so people do that? Like, people really just help people they don't know just because they, you know, have it? Or, you know, then a lot of people in the family didn't want to kind of, you know, acknowledge the fact that my father had it. So they would just act like nothing. You know, they didn't want to talk about it. Nobody wanted to tell you any information about it. So I pretty much had to just figure it out on my own. And me and my father would sit down and have one-on-ones about it. And he was just like, it's not a death sentence. It's not, you know, it's something that you can live with, definitely. You just have to maintain a positive attitude and try to do the right thing. And, you know, he was real easy in delivering it to me and helping me understand what it was about. So that was like the best thing that could have happened, you know, just having a father who was able to just kind of give it to you in the way that you could understand it, and kind of, you know, just walk you through it.
What would you say to people that have a friend or someone they love or someone they're close with that gets diagnosed?
I would say to just, you know, just don't look at it as a negative thing. Just look at it as something that happens. Like I said earlier, I said that things happen, and just look at it like it's just something that happened, and it could have happened to anybody, and try to do the best you can for them, because none of us will be on earth forever. So, I mean, and you still don't know when that person's gonna leave. You don't know when you're gonna leave. So treat them as such. Treat them every day. Just laugh with them, have fun with them, talk to them, you know, and just enjoy life with them, because none of us ever know when it's going to be our time. So.
And later on, your brother also contracted?
Yeah. So in 2007, after Hurricane Katrina, we found out my brother contracted AIDS, and we have different fathers. So he's not even related to my father. He just got it on his own some type of way. And he was only 2 years older than me. I'm 31. He was 33. He would be 33 now. And my father died in '07. But before he died, that's when we found out my brother had it, in March of '07. And then I brought my brother to my father to kind of give him some insight and kind of, give him the positive outlook that he gave me about it years ago. And, it was great. My father wasn't sick. He had never been sick. So it was like, it was no problem to him to give my brother something good about it and just kind of give him the keep your head up speech and, just like it's not over, just hang in there, just do what you're supposed to do, take your medicine and everything will be fine. And then in August of '07 is when my father died. And my brother, we were dealing with that situation, and he had full-blown AIDS before we even found out that he even had it. So it was just hard for him being young, and it's hard to adjust your whole life to being like, okay, I shouldn't go here, I shouldn't do that, I shouldn't do, like, your normal routine has to change. And if you've been doing the same thing for 32 years or 33 years, it's hard to kind of get out of it. And so it was difficult for him because he was homeless, of course, and we were trying to get him in those same programs that I would bring my father to. I would bring my brother to those programs. At the same time, I was living in Washington, D.C., so I was back and forth to New Orleans dealing with this type of thing. And it was hard for my brother being homeless and then, like, kind of trying to drink his problems away and find other drugs to, get away from the fact that he had it, which made the situation worse. And then, with the drinking and the drugs and the AIDS, and it was kind of hard for him to adjust. And so it just got to him, it just like nobody was there for him except me, really, and then I was out of state. So after a while it just became too much, and in February of 2010 he committed suicide. He hung himself just because, like, he just didn't feel like there was any way to go. There was anywhere he could go and anybody he could turn to. The therapists, social workers at the place that I was bringing him to for my father were getting fired and quitting because they weren't making enough money. Because there is not enough money for nonprofit organizations like that. So, like, as soon as he would get used to a social worker and they would become friends, they would either quit or get fired. And because of the pay mostly, and because of the facility wasn't all that great and the resources weren't there, and so he would just feel like everybody just getting pulled out of his life. Every time he looked around, somebody else was gone. And so it just became too much for him, I guess, and he committed suicide right after the Saints won the Super Bowl.
I want to ask you, I know you want to make a difference because this made such an impact on your life. You're planning on doing something positive with the foundation. Would you share what you're hoping to do?
Yeah, I have a foundation. It's for AIDS assistance. It's called the Montrell Smith Foundation. Montrell Smith AIDS Foundation, and it's just going to be to just raise money and give money to those nonprofit organizations like the No AIDS Task Force in New Orleans, who helped my father and my brother as much as they could, and they just couldn't find the money nor the resources to keep employees there, because that's what's really needed. It's really needed for people who have those type of situations to be comfortable with someone and be able to turn to someone to talk to and help out. And they need the same person. Like, if you keep just bringing new people and shoving them in and out like it's like it's a cafeteria, then these people don't become comfortable and they just feel alienated. And so that's what my foundation is about. Just donating money to those kind of facilities to keep the employees as long as possible and give them the resources that they need to reach out to people with AIDS and HIV.
If there was one last message of hope you could give to people affected by HIV or AIDS, something brief, what would you say to them?
I would say enjoy life. Stay focused. It's not over. Just have fun with it as much as possible. It's not the end of the world. Like, just enjoy life still. As long as you're here and you got breath in your body, have a good time, have fun, laugh, smile about something.
Thank you for sharing your story. Appreciate it.
Thanks.